Sorry, there was no audio here. Thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate that, True Nature. But what I was saying was that I don't know if anybody has seen what Lucky's or Lucky's Leprecoin has done in the past. Went from a $80,000 market cap to a 1.6 or 1.7 million dollar market cap, which was like a 21x, honestly. So it really pushed up, getting close to that $2 million mark. And it's not really the largest coin, right? It's one that's starting from the ground up, and yeah, I mean it showed a lot of opportunity for a ton of people, and I wanted to kind of go through some things and also get some questions. Um, if anybody is like invested into it or has been invested into it, let me know. We can always figure out what questions we're going to ask them, as the community will probably generate majority of those questions there, because it is more of an AMA. It's not listed as an AMA, but I think it's pretty much like a, hey, ask me whatever you got going on. And I wanted to know what the community has going on. If anybody has any questions on what this could be. Let me increase the text size. But currently we have 13 people here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have anything else that's going on right now and things that you're investing in, things that are blowing up you know, in your portfolio, let me know. I know my Kraken portfolio is looking fantastic. It went from a $517 price all the way up into a $700 price. So it's been moving this past like week or so, maybe even a little bit more than that. So I'm excited about that. But thank you for the 16 people that are here. We're only live on YouTube right now. We're not live on Twitch. We're not live on Kick. We're not live on Rumble or X. We're only live on YouTube, which doesn't generally happen. I mean, typically we're live on so many different platforms. So, anyways, what we're going to be talking about today, like I said, is Lucky's Leprecoin. But let's go through the rest of the market while we're waiting for maybe some people to get in here and maybe see it somewhere hover around 30 people, maybe 40, maybe a little bit more. Let's definitely talk about what's happening in the rest of the market and where we stand. So if we look at the market currently, we're seeing, that's the wrong screen. Why are we seeing that screen? Now I have to change the screen. I hate when it does this. Display capture, and we'll change it to screen number 3. There we go. Screen number 3. So you could see here that the global market cap is standing at 1.35 trillion. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see it hit a $1.35 trillion market cap, and that's fantastic that it is. You're also seeing Bitcoin's dominance as slightly decreasing, slightly sliding, and a lot of other things that are, I guess, happening here. It's still up at a 51.7%, so it's basically just based off of the 24-hour setup, the 24-hour cutoff, rather than, any type of major cutoff that we see. So like, let's say it's 8:30, and then anything that happens within that time until we hit 8:30, the next day would be considered that day, right? So, and that would be like where the price is, where it closed. But now it's like a moving price that we see all the time with all these positions, with every position on CoinMarketCap. If we see Bitcoin, we're hovering very close to that $36,000 mark. Ethereum is up to $1,900. You're also seeing BNB that's up to, it's decreased a little bit, but it's almost up to 250. XRP at about 70 cents. Anything notable that has moved quite a bit, because we are up to a $1.35 trillion market cap. I mean, OBS or OKB is up 10%, Chainlink is up 11%, and SUI is up 12% or so. Gala has been making a move. That's up 8%. Polygon, 8%. VeChain, 7%. So yeah, I mean, we're up to a $1.35 trillion market cap. So I wanted it. What is Lucky? So Lucky's Leprecoin is a meme coin that was created to basically be kind of a symbol of like what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? The end of the rainbow being the crypto bull market. We're all trying to find that pot of gold and find that next thing to absolutely blow up. Whether that next thing is going to be sort of a Shiba Inu adjacent type of thing or a Pepe adjacent type of thing or something that really blows up to $100 million market cap, 200, 300, $1 billion market cap, we have yet to find what that thing will be. And it honestly could be Lucky's Leprecoin. As long as you have a certain community that's behind it, you understand that there is a central team that's behind it, but the contract is renounced. You look at the sniff score and it's 100% on the sniff score or 100 out of 100 on the sniff score. So it makes sense to really go about that way. And when I go into this AMA, whenever we go into this AMA, there's not going to be any type of conversations that I have with the chat. I mean, maybe you'll see something, but it's going to be less conversations that we have with the chat and more conversations that we have with the group that's there and, talking to the dev team and whoever's over in the AMA. If you want to speak to me directly or speak to the team directly, you can ask them what it's all about. But yeah, let me bring this over here. So the questions that I have so far: what is Lucky's? What were your thoughts on the growth? What are your short-term and long-term goals for the project? What do you? Could you explain the purpose of the token for anyone on the fence? What is your plan to launch on exchanges? Or many. What is your plans to? What are your plans to launch on exchanges? So guys, if you could hit the like button, definitely hit the like button. Where do you think ILV is going? Where do I think that's going? So I can't say I fully have an opinion on it, but I have looked at it. I think I looked at it last live stream, earlier in the live stream. But currently it's at about $20, or sorry, 20% up. It's at $77.90. We're seeing about a $300 million market cap with $72 million worth of volume, up 208%. So as you see it up 208 or 209%, that means that you don't typically see that amount of volume, and you're seeing this volume for some reason. Now, I don't know the different news as to Luna's announced that it will be added to Epic Games on November 28th. So that's big. If that's the case, then that's why you're seeing this massive pump with the volume being up 208% versus the market cap being up 20% there. If we look at all history and where this has been, I mean, it's starting to approach some of the higher levels, being at $94. So as it's approaching up to those levels, understand that those will act as a form of a resistance for kind of the short term. If we look at the long term, we understand that this has been to $1,900. But I'm 100% sure that you did not have the same amount of market cap. And yes, that is true. You did not have the same amount of supply that was there. So the market cap was not ridiculous. Now, it was still a decent sized market cap at 1.1 billion, but you know that $1,900 wouldn't be a $1.1 billion market cap. That would be, the price would be somewhere, if we're looking at 300 million at about let's look at about $1. So if we have 1 million, or sorry, total supply 3.7 million. So that would be at $1. Then you look at $10, it would be $37 million. $370 million would be a $100 price. So you would be looking somewhere around $300 in order to see, maybe even closer to 400, 300 some odd dollars in order to yeah, in order to get up to that 1.1 billion, 1 billion mark, right? So it's definitely something you have to look look into deeper, and it did have some dilution. But either way, if you're talking about the market cap that it's been to, it has a lot of potential to grow from where it is. It's just you may have missed a really, really bullish, or you may have missed a time where you could have made a move into it before it blew up. So maybe it was about 39 or 40 cents versus, or sorry, 39 or $40 versus $77. Do you have any low cap gems? So I honestly think that Lucky's Leprecoin is a low cap gem, especially how much people have already made from it. It currently stands at a $508,000 market cap with $162,000 worth of volume. This got all the way up to a point where it was at a 1.6, $1.7 million market cap, all the way starting from a level at $80,000, which was a 21x return. And then it ended up getting down to about a $1 million market cap, and then increasing back up to a 1.5, $1.6 million market cap. So while it did decrease back down and retrace, it increased back up, and you saw the growth stage to get back up to some of those, the highs are close to it, and create kind of a lower high, meaning that it is more on the downturn. But now you see it hovering around a $500,000 market cap, which is still higher than the $80,000 market cap that it started at. How many coins do you have? I have 1% of it, so it should be um, seven. What is it? 7.1 billion, something like that. 7.1 billion. So I have about 1%. Haven't done anything with it, and I'm not going to do anything with it. Not anytime soon, I'll tell you that. When it gets up to a point where it's like $100 million, $200 million, or so on and so forth, that's when you can expect that things get done. Whether it's trying to maybe burn off some of it, maybe it's trying to give away some of it, and all of that there. So um, maybe we should do a competition, right? I currently have some Lucky's Leprecoin, so maybe we should do a competition as you will make millions. That will be that would be amazing if that's the case. If it gets to a $200 million market cap, then yes, having 1%, I would have $2 million. Would I actually make $2 million? No, because I don't plan on doing anything with it. Then, that's where you're like, what do you care about more? Do you care about people making money? Do you care about yourself making money? Well, I've already made, a lot of money. Yes, people want a ton more, but I can tell you that I'm the most transparent person. I will tell you everything that I do have and everything that I am doing with my position. Um, so we will see how everything, moves along. And I would love to see it absolutely explode to a whole nother level. But only time will tell if it does end up exploding to a whole nother level. You have to kind of work your tail off in order to get to those points. You look at the meme coins that are already there, right? You look at things like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, and you understand that those have, a ton of potential behind them because of the people that surrounded them. And if we can find a way to surround this as well, I mean, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. You know what I mean? So, what do you think about Megabot at 500,000 supply? 500,000 supply, Megabot at 500,000 supply. That's great to see something at a 500,000 supply, but I don't know what the overall idea of it is. I would love to do maybe a review on them. I don't typically review any positions that are under the like kind of that realm of being influenced in a way. Um, but you're currently seeing a $2.5 million market cap. It does have a 500,000 coin supply. The total that's released, I guess the self-reported is 500,000. That's great to see. It's currently at a $3.7 million market cap. I don't know how long it has been around. Um, More recently, you've seen this created, so it's definitely interesting. If um, Megabot, which sounds like a great name, wants to reach out to me and we can do like some sort of review, I can definitely do that. I'm always up for doing different reviews. How did you come across Lucky? They actually reached out to me. So let me go back here. So they actually reached out to me and they said, "Hey, we would love you to do a review. Like we haven't seen, the level that we would like to see when it comes to interest. We try to do everything by the book." And it was a very heartfelt message. Like we try to do everything by the book. We make sure that safety is the number one within this. We have a great sniff score. I did all the research, and when I went through the review, as I went through the review, I'm always like, all right, well, maybe this has a potential chance to do something big, but it all depends on how people, jump onto it. Right. So when I decided to get into the play, it was more about like what they're doing for the community and how much they care about their community, how they care about the meme coin space as well, and trying to recover what people have turned it into, right? Because people turned it into something where it's like meme coins only mean, hey, it's popular for a minute and then we get out of that position and it's no longer a thing. That's not the way meme coins are supposed to be. They're supposed to be like Shiba Inu, like Dogecoin, like Floki, like Elmo, Pepe, all of these ones that stick around for a while, right? For a very long time and hopefully forever because they create popularity within there. So that's how I got introduced. They reached out to me and I did a review first and then I said, "Hey, it looks like you guys, I wanted to kind of talk to them about building something, bigger. Can they find a way to build something bigger?" And they talked to me about how it's difficult to find good people in the world today, where people are always trying to take advantage of you and they'll say, "Hey, we're looking to do this." And then they don't end up doing that and they just take your money and run. And that's just how the world is today. And it sucks that people are like that. I try to be as transparent, as open as possible. Obviously, to an extent, I can't really give up all my time. Like right now, I'm giving up quite a bit of my time in order to do the AMA here. And just talk through some of this stuff. But it's a good thing, right? Because when you believe in a project, you want to, continue to have conversations and see where they're looking to kind of turn this into or where they're looking to build this to. I don't know who that is. Give me a second. All right, I think we're good. I just need to put something in my calendar because it was something important. It looked like it was like a scam type of thing, but um, it was legit. So let me put something in my calendar. Okay, perfect. I think I'll be home. I'm gonna be home on Friday, I think. Um, I'm pretty sure, or maybe not actually. Let's see. Matthew, I buy one billion Lucky for $280 and sell 500 million at the top. Wait, so you bought one billion Lucky for $280 and you sold 500 million at the top? Is that what you did already? It's the SEC. No, it's not the SEC. That's funny. So you already sold, like you bought 1 billion, you sold half of it as it did get up to the top. Where, like, I know you said you bought 1 billion for $280. I can't, I'm not willing to do the math on that right now. What price point did you buy at? Was it at a low level of like an $80,000 market cap? I think I'm joined into the AMA right now, but I don't know what the volume is going to be looking like because my volume tends to come through as an echo, and I hope it doesn't this time. Have you been seeing Caspa move up in price? I haven't seen Caspa move today, no. But right now, it looks like the AMA is live. If you guys want to go over here and jump in the AMA, it is live, and you can have that conversation and ask them what you are you feeling about it, and the questions that you have towards Lucky's or what they're going to do when it comes to exchanges, what their plans are, what is it, just simply explaining what it is and why, why it is, that type of thing. So if you guys want to go over here and join the AMA, feel free to do so, because it is live right now. There's 5 people in the space, and yeah, I don't know why this is like so large. I wanna shrink this down a bit. There we go. So we got a few people in there. If you guys want to come and check it out, again, we got 5 people in the space. I've Let me see. Where was that question? I bought 800. Okay. Joshua, are you still here? You bought 800? You bought 1 billion at the bottom, and you sold 500 million at the top. Does that mean that you gained a 21x, but you took out half of that? Do Terraxa over 100% gain in a day, low market cap gem? That's fantastic. I'm not going to bring it up because if it is a low market cap gem, I don't want to sit here and try and, because typically when I bring things up, any publicity is good publicity, and it typically, will pump a little bit as I just show it, because then there's always those comments on it and things like that. So, um, yeah. Where was this at? Oh, this was earlier today. This wasn't. I thought this was now. I was gonna say. I know that's the same outfit that I'm wearing, but I thought my hat was backwards. So I haven't been seeing Caspa move yet, and I'll have to take a look at Caspa really quick because I did look at Caspa earlier, but it is up 9%. It's looking similar to the way that CRO is moving, honestly. Because CRO is up around the 8% or the 8 cent level, and Caspa is up around the 8 cent level. So they're both kind of flowing around the same way. And you do see that Caspa has a $21 billion or 21 billion coin supply, and CRO has a 25 billion coin supply. So they're very close in the amount of movement that they do have. And honestly, I think Caspa could be huge. I think CRO is going to be huge. And I can't make that move into Caspa because I don't have any platform to really buy it on at the moment. And once they do launch on a platform that I can buy it on, that's when you'll see a massive push of that position, which honestly sucks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, there's actually like 6 people over there right now. I just don't know if it's not ready to go. It's ready to go at like Do you have a CRO card? I do have a CRO card. It's upstairs. I have the Jade Green card. I want to get um, the white card or the icy white card, and I'm going to get that eventually. But I have a plan on what I'm going to do with the overall position and how I'm going to stake 40,000 in order to do so. I believe they're having updates, so I want to do an update video on exactly. It looks like there's 8 people here. I want to do an update video on exactly what I need to do in order to, or sorry, I wanted to do an update video on the overall cards and how they have changed. Do you use it often? I don't use it often. So I have the ability to get 2% back with a lot of my credit cards that I have, or a few of my credit cards. So it doesn't make sense for me to do that. But once I can get to the 3% level and then also have multiple percentages back on various things, then I will use it a lot more. And that's why I plan on getting up to that level, as well as being able to have, the Netflix and Spotify and all that stuff, as long as it's still available. Because right now it looks like it is, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen when you have the change and if that's included in the change as well. They didn't mention that in any of the articles that I read. So I don't know. I use it from time to time, but it seems like the whole entire system just seems like a great deal. So is there anything that's moving for anyone else? I know again we're seeing the overall market at it was close to it was at a 1.35 trillion dollar market cap and I was excited about it. Now it's at a 1.34 trillion dollar market cap. Still up there, but it hasn't made that leap yet. Kind of over the 3.5 mark. I want to see it get to 4 and 5, 1.4, 1.5. That's what I need to see. Do you have any of the cards, KBCK? Do you have any of the cards currently? So first I had the Midnight Green. I skipped the Ruby and went to the Jade. Yeah, so we're just waiting for them to hop on and start start talking about some stuff, ask some questions, get some people in here, and chat away about what this project is and where they seem like they're going. Are we waiting for Lucky? Yeah, we're waiting for Lucky right now. We have, so they are on the AMA right now. If you guys want to go over here and be a part of it, there's currently 9 people in the space. I do. I got Ruby. I got all my bills on it. Okay, so you get about 1% with that, right? You get 1% with a Ruby. I mean, that's a better way of like kind of doing it because you're using your own money in order to do it. So it's kind of like you're getting the benefits, but you're also getting the better side of it, kind of that Dave Ramsey like method where you're not technically using credit, you're using your debit and you are just funding it and making sure you have enough funds in order to pay those bills. And then after that, you don't really have to do anything with it, you know? You have the Ruby too, which is like, isn't that $400 a stake? Good afternoon, Matthew or Matt. Could you tell me what you think about OXL? So I would, but this video or this live stream is mainly all about Lucky's Leprecoin. So I'm not going to really go into detail about different things since we are about to start the AMA. I appreciate you being here, and I'll probably end up telling you my opinion later. But just by the breakdown of it, I would imagine that it's a position that's not technically on CoinMarketCap yet, meaning that it has a very low market cap, which means I probably wouldn't really review it anyways, just because those tend to push a position quite a bit, and I'm not looking to absolutely push a position so that a whale can sell off on people. If I want to talk about something, I'll review it. So most likely I would like reach out to the team and say, hey, do you want me to look at your project? I can review it. And then if you want like a sidebar, If they say no and you want like a sidebar conversation about what it is, I can always do that. Um, but I do appreciate you being here, Frankie, and asking questions. It doesn't hurt to ask. Um, the worst response you can get is like no, and most of the time I'll give you an explanation as to why I wouldn't. But most likely, I will find a way to get you the information however we can. So yeah, I get 1%. I was kind of sad when I lost my Spotify perk. Yeah, I bet. I have Spotify currently. We pay for Spotify. Uh, but right now, I think it's like 50% that you get on the card that I have. And then the next tier up, you would get it all completely comped. What's the difference between earn and lockup? Earn and lockup. So on crypto.com, so earn is not technically a lockup. So the lockup is for the cards, is for the extra rewards, the extra percentages in the earn program. So right now you have an earn program right within crypto.com. And if you go in stake with the earn, you'll have a certain percentage. However, if you have a certain amount that's locked up, you'll end up getting one of the cards depending on how much you locked up, as well as being able to operate or function off of higher tiers if you have some that's locked up. So there's a difference. One is like a longer period in time, and the other one is actually a shorter. You can do flexible. You can do 1 month. You can do 3 months, and so on and so forth. The other one is like 6 months, and that's it. However, they are changing that to more of a flexible type of stake. However, you're going to have like a certain period, just like the DeFi wallet, to where you have like a 36-day period to where it's an unstaking period. But you still do get the rewards, and you get increased rewards from the credit cards, so or debit cards. So we're just waiting on them. Currently, we have 12 people that are in the AMA, and we're just waiting on them. I don't even know if my microphone will work because I'm live streaming and I'm doing this. So I don't know if it'll connect to both areas. This will definitely be a mission to see if it does connect. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to do. I'll have to do it through my phone. If it does, then fantastic. When I see your video on when I seen your video on Lucky, I went and bought 1 billion Lucky at 6 zeros of $280 and sell 500 million at 5 zeros, 21. But I do need to say we really need another exchange. The gas fees on Uniswap are so high. Absolutely, they're ridiculously high. Um, Exchanges always open up the door for a lot of people, especially when you have a coin that's built on Ethereum, built on ERC20. Absolutely, I've I think it's the easiest to convert back to your bank account, honestly, going through ERC20, but um, it's also insanely difficult um, to do anything on chain. If you do things off chain via the exchanges, simple, not costly, and you're good. But then once you send it back, on chain, you have that larger transaction that comes out for sending it, and just all of these other things that just aren't really big benefits to it. So, uh, I hope they end up giving a cell phone perk for CRO. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, like you mean like pay off your cell phone, or you mean like completely like pay off your bill, or do you mean uh, a certain percentage back on your phone bill? Because I think normal spending categories is what it is for me. And if I can get 3% back on absolutely everything, then the things that I don't already get 3% back on, I will definitely shift to this card. Because what's the point of having credit, or what's the point of using all that credit if you can just find a way to do that with your debit card? I mean, credit is just a way of extending what you would do in order to put it all on one card. But you can technically do that as well, as long as you fund your card a lot more. like pay your bill like I do with Netflix. Absolutely. I hope they end up giving a. Oh, I read that. VTHO is moving. That's fantastic. That it's moving so much. Wait, are we gonna get this AMA started? Or yeah, we're gonna get this AMA started because I gotta cook dinner. I gotta cook dinner at like 5:30, so we gotta get this started and get an hour rolling. I can't
Test, can anybody hear me?
can,
Yes,
can
we
you,
can hear you now.
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Are you
I can hear you.
Okay,
I
outstanding.
need to make sure everybody can hear me. This is everybody can hear Matthew, right? That everybody can hear me. I just want to make sure because everybody keeps saying, you hear me?"
Yeah, we're good. I can hear you, Matt.
Okay, perfect. I'm getting a little confused here. All right, perfect. All right, so we getting this off and running here with this AMA and asking some questions, seeing what's happening in the world today and Lucky's Leprecoin's world.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Absolutely. We are
I think we've been having some technical difficulties. I don't know if everybody got the rundown that the breakdown that I went over. If how copy did everybody hear that first initial introduction?
I don't know if I got anything there.
I didn't get anything.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna do the quick rundown again. So today's our pretty much our AMA access anything session. So we started the project back in June. We launched the project at about a 3K market cap. During that process of the project, we had significant growth. We listed on CoinMarketCap within our first 2 weeks of listing the project. That gave us a trajectory of about 370K market cap. That pushed us up pretty high. We had a lot of swing traders coming to the project at that point. Come in, buy, and trade, and take profit, and so forth. So we have some retracement. We retraced back down to about 80,000 in market cap. From there, we listed on another exchange. We listed on the Asbit exchange as we were trying to still continue to push the project, and build momentum. Our second month of listing, actually having the project go live, we listed on the Asbit exchange. From there, we had some trading on that exchange. Not a whole lot of volume within the Asbit exchange, and then we had some volume within the Uniswap inside of the DEX. Later on, third month of the project being listed, went ahead and listed on the 2-bit exchange. From there, the 2-bit exchange gave us some volume, initial volume that we had within the 2-bit exchange. We probably pushed about 50K in volume on the 2-bit exchange. From there, we had a little bit of upward trajectory as we started establishing more partnerships. We established a partnership with Sphinx Lab. Sphinx Lab provided us an additional platform to build awareness and get the project out there to the communities. They have their own DEX, the decentralized exchange, so you can go into that platform and trade our token as well. We also had integrated and developed a new website. The old website that we had was the more so of a kind of like an introductory website to kind of pushing the project out there to kind of test the water to see how the project would gain some momentum. We went ahead and revamped the website. We relaunched the website a couple weeks ago. As of now, we do have the website updated on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. Right now, our socials are updated as well within CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. So those items as listed on that website should give some continuity and some validity to our project. We also developed a Noah Swap partnership with that platform. They're currently backed by CoinStore. I do know they have a technical team that's on standby to answer any questions in regards to their minting function or the minting of their tokens. Just keep in mind, we do not have a minting function or any type of proxy in our contract to increase the supply, the 711 billion supply. of tokens. So any concerns with that, please just hold off on the next one. We're going to have another AMA exactly with that technical team, so that way they can answer any type of questions in relation to their platform. I do not know the technicality behind that platform, as I don't run that platform or have any insight to it. So we're going to leave that open to them. I do know they're on the 8-hour plus GMT time frame. So they will be available potentially on a Friday, this upcoming Friday. I got to coordinate with them to see if they can have one of their technical guys available, or their PR guys available, to kind of run another AMA in regards to the benefits of minting our tokens on their platform to receive their NOAA rewards. But I do know they have some significant meme coins that's already on that platform, kind of gaining some steam. My understanding is that to have our token minted on that platform is to relieve some of the sale pressure from our tokens. So just understand that that platform is I believe live now. I know they have the date as of Friday that it was going to be live, but my understanding it should be live now. If not, I can reconfirm with the team to see exactly if that date is going to, if they're going to stick to that date. But I do believe they announced it on their Twitter that date is live now. Just going to also just put out a disclaimer. Right now, I got to go pick up my daughter, so I'll be on the call listening in. But any specific questions you got, please feel free to ask. I'm here. The team is here listening in, and I know Matt's here with his platform as well, with his community members that are probably listening in as well.
Well, that's great to break everything down then. For Lucky's Leprecoin. I guess I wanted to kind of get into like a lot of the questions that I've received over, and I don't know who's going to be really answering this, because that's great to really go through in the entire chart and the complete breakdown of exactly what has happened with listing on different exchanges. But when it comes to like the question, what is Lucky's Leprecoin? What does it stand for? What is it trying to accomplish? Like, I think that's really the biggest question that always comes up. So whoever has the ability to answer that.
Hey, what's up, man? I can answer that question. So the big question becomes, if you look at a lot of these meme coin projects, if you get into a lot of these projects initially, even with the Pepe's, no one knows, who are these developers behind these, or these project teams behind these projects. There's really not a face with the project. So if you look at the market, if you go back and look at the previous market of all the meme coins, once Pepe ran in April, you had all these projects come out and list these coins and create these projects. And what happened was it created a lot of turmoil within the market, because no one really knew what was legit, what was not legit, or whatever, and they were investing their money into these projects, ultimately losing a lot of money getting rugged in these projects, going on to lose, thousands of dollars trying to chase the next Pepe. So what Lucky Leprecoin stands for is a token for the people. We created this project so that way that people that are interested in meme coins, that are looking for those investments to get those gains, or whatever the case, they have a safe space to come into. This project is based off the Irish folklore of the leprechaun, right? So the leprechaun is generally what it's a symbol of fortune. It's a symbol of luck, and it's a symbol of prosperity. For those that don't know what a leprechaun represents. So we looked at the current market, the previous market structure, and we said, hey, let's create something that we can build trust in the community off of. Let's put our face out here, so that way when people are looking for these projects, they're going on the websites, they're actually seeing people to the project, faces to the project, and understanding that when they're in this project, that they're safe. There's some accountability as well established. We went ahead and had our KYC, our KYC and our audit for that reason, to give those holders that security and understanding that, hey, we know if we put our money in this project and it gets rugged or whatever the case, we got somebody we can go after. Majority of projects now, even right now, outside of the major blockchain, the layer one blockchains, you won't see that. You won't see that. You won't see that transparency. You won't see the developers being, readily available to answer questions. You won't see them really even hanging out in the chat. You got a lot of people that, these white horses. They come up and say, hey, I'm talking to the developer team. You may even be talking to that developer team, but you will never know. So we wanted to create that transparency. We wanted to build a project with some integrity, create a legacy within the crypto space. So that way, when the bull run occurs, or when we go into the bull run, because we're pretty much in a slight uptick of a bull run. That way, people can come in, make profit or whatever the case, or build that and establish that community within the crypto space. So that's what we're here for. We're here for community, building that legacy, and it's a token for the people. Coming into these projects, like I stated before, you don't know what you're getting into. You don't know who you're investing with. It's Russian roulette up until that point. So this project creates that that's needed in the crypto space.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I mean, the first thing that I thought to it was the safety, and I saw the safety within the project. Looking at the sniff score, looking at a lot of different things, and just the, like you said, transparency, that I saw from the team, and just wanting to connect person to person definitely shows me exactly what the team and what the project is all about. So yeah, that's definitely what I wanted to hear and I expected to hear. So yeah. Now, when it comes to all the growth that we've seen, I know you talked about exchanges and everything that it listed on, and hopefully we can get into future exchanges that you're going to look to list on as well. When we talk about the growth that we've seen, like, what are your thoughts on the growth that we've seen as of late? Growing from an $80,000 market cap all the way up to like what, a 1.6, $1.7 million market cap. And then even seeing the bounce back from like kind of a resistance point or a support level, and seeing it bounce back up to like a $1.5 million market cap. I know that had to have been exciting for the team.
It was extremely exciting, but at the end of the day, I tell a team don't become obsessed with the chart. The chart's going to go up and down regardless of the fact. When you start getting obsessed with the chart, then you start letting your emotions take over. Yes, that was great. That was a great accomplishment, but that's not the end goal. A 1.6 million market cap is wonderful. Everything that we're doing, we're trying to push this, beyond that, and we're trying to establish a product for the community that can support and sustain the project over a lifetime. Running in through the bull market. We're looking, like I said before, Matt, when we had our discussion, we're looking for this to kind of be like the next big crypto meme coin currency that grows into, a global expansion. Everybody, when you think about Lucky's Leprecoin, it's synonymous with that Leprecoin holding that coin. And you could be one of the first people that get into the project and say, man, wow, I thought this project was trash, regardless of whatever the case is. A year from now, maybe, we're at that multi-billion-dollar market cap that everybody's really looking to get into, and then you have the honesty and you have the transparency to go along with those projects. There's not an anonymous
Sorry, you're breaking up there a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna lose him. Yeah, you're breaking up there a lot.
Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Having some technical difficulties. But yeah, I mean, when I think about it, until he gets things figured out, when I think about it, I mean, I look at the growth, and yes, it made me excited. I was super excited, and made a lot of other people excited. I saw some people that were like, look, I had so many gains from it, but the interesting thing that came from it was more about the people that were holding on to what they had, not necessarily holding on to everything, because everybody wants to take some profits, but just being able to, hold on to some of it and understand that there is a future to it, and they believe that there's a future to it. And that's what you need, is the community to really believe that there is a future, behind Lucky's Leprecoin and everything that it stands for. And that's exactly what I saw with everything. As it was growing up to certain levels, people weren't really complaining as to the fact that it was coming back down. They were ready to see a bounce. They were ready to look for the next support level, as they were looking for it to bounce up to a $2 million market cap, and so on and so forth. And obviously you can only go so far, without having like major exchanges there. But you still see that growth. You still see the community come together, and how many people that actually got into it. It wasn't just like one person. This was like a joint effort, and, seeing one after one after one, like people reacting to what is Lucky's Leprecoin? What is it doing on CoinMarketCap? Why is it growing by 1,200%? Why is it growing by almost 2,000%? And that's really, where like all of the community came together and was like, yeah, this may be worth something way more than that, because typically you see something move 100%, 200%, 500%, something like that, and then you see it come back down and it's back down to earth. But this started at an $80,000 market cap, at least from where I started looking at it, and jumped up to that one plus $1 million market cap, which shows the strength that it can have. So yeah, I was very, very excited about that. But I don't know how long, or if he's going to have any more technical difficulties. But if there's anybody else a part of the team that can answer some questions and go through some stuff.
I'm here, Matt. I'm here,
Okay.
Matt. I hit a dead zone. I'm driving in my truck. So
I figured
I'm
that's
sorry.
probably what it was.
Yeah, I hit a dead zone, but I'm listening. I heard everything you said.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's good that you're back around. I know you talked about the end goal a little bit, and where you wanted to go to, but do you have like steps in place on like how to get to those like short term and long term goals? Do you have like I know you have a roadmap to really break down some of the like generic levels that you want to get to, but more of the broader levels. But when you kind of shrink down, when you look at it at more like in a microscope, like what are you trying to what steps are you trying to take in order to get to some of these goals, and what are these goals? Are you hitting another dead zone? He may be.
No, hold on, Matt. I'm picking up my daughter. I got to sign.
Okay.
This paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on one second.
So I guess I could just take you through, guys. I don't know if you can't really see exactly what I'm doing here, but as I look through Lucky's Leprecoin, and some people on the live stream can actually see this, but as I look through Lucky's Leprecoin, I understand, I see the growth, and then I see more or less potential, right? You understand the volume to market cap ratio, and you could see that you have a 34, 35% volume to market cap ratio. And the fact that this has grown so much, not only in volume, but also in the size and the amount of people that are a part of this. Like when I look at the amount of holders, you see 100 holders, and now you see 321 holders overall, and more people that are getting interested in it as we talk about it day by day. So honestly, I think this isn't only a safe position that I see within it because of all of the different pieces that really show that safety, but then you also see the strength, the memeability of it as well, by being, kind of that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that we're all searching for. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I look at it. But that's all I have. I don't want to talk everybody's ear off.
I got you, man. Yeah, I'm picking up my daughter having a whole bunch of technical issues. I know this is not the way I wanted to envision this going. But to get back to your question, yes, we do have a plan in place in reference to how we're going to get to the next step. The first thing we need to do is to gain and grow our holders, so that way we have that support to keep pushing the project. I know everybody has mentioned a lot of these exchanges. Let's get on these exchanges or whatever the case is. But keep in mind, there's a lot of cost associated with getting on these exchanges as well. As a community project, the dev team can't do it all. I'm just being 100% transparent with you guys. We need the support of the community to get those listings that everybody's. I was going through looking at the.
It's hitting another dead zone over here.
I know I was on the Twitter and I was looking at some of the comments on the inside the Twitter about getting on Mexi and some of these other tier one type level exchanges. Just understanding if we get onto a Mexi exchange, if everybody's not familiar with how exchanges work, a lot of these exchanges want you to pay a listing fee of about $30,000. In some cases, depending on what exchange you're going with, they may want $100,000 retainer or security deposit. And then what they do is they assess the level of volume that you can generate for that exchange. Based on that, that's going to determine how long you stay listed on that exchange. So to jump right into multiple listings at one time to kind of, just to kind of appease the people that, the random people that say, hey, let's get on the exchange. To me, that's not really a smart business move. The smart move would be, let's get to it. Let's generate a certain level of holders that we need, at least 1,000 holders. And then we start looking at getting on those tier one exchanges. So that way we have that support level to continue to grow and push the project. That way we can bring in more holders into the project. So that way we're not just flapping in the wind, just going off the seat of going off our cuff, or trying to just appease everybody. So at the end of the day, if the market structure is not there, really you're at a disadvantage to try to come out the gate 100% out the gate, just throw money at the project to get listed on these exchanges. Because if we all know, if you go back and look at several projects, there's several projects that came out, they got put on these these major exchanges, and then over a few week time frame or even a couple months, they die down, and they kind of just die off. So it really doesn't make sense to kind of come out the gate on trying to get on these multiple exchanges. There is a step, there is a plan in place, there is a step and a timeline in place of how we're going to get to where we need to get to. And then there's some additional things that we want to release as we continue to grow, as we continue to grow the market cap, as we continue to grow the community, as we continue to grow the recognition and the trust, and building that trust inside of the project to get us to that next level. So to answer that question, yes, we are looking at getting on these major exchanges, but at some point, 300 some holders, is that really going to sustain the project over the long term? That's the things you got to look at when you're looking at a project. You can come out the gate and say, we're not established, like a fluky, they can announce a coin or whatever the case, and they can negotiate and get on these exchanges because they already have that user base already established within the market. So for us to go out there and just throw money at exchanges, it wouldn't make sense at this point. Yes, but we are in communication with exchanges. I get, our emails get blown up multiple times a day with the L banks, with the Mexis, with the Bitmarks, and so forth. But there's a cost associated to that. Understanding that this is a zero tax token, we don't have a tax to the project, so there's really no capital revenue coming in to really help push those exchanges at this early level that we're currently at. So, but we do have a plan in place to get to that next level. Trust and believe that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I read a couple of things, online. Obviously, can't believe everything on the internet. But I read a couple of things where people are talking about the prices of lower tier exchanges or higher tier exchanges. And like some of the lower tier exchanges could be like somewhere around 6,000 to 30,000, or you can get like free listings depending on if they see volume, if they see potential within there. But then there's also mid-tier exchanges that can be upwards of 300,000. And then the top tier exchanges, if you have to pay your way, could be from 1 million to 2.5 million dollars. And those are obviously just numbers that are, I guess they come from experience. I don't know where their references are, or, their like everything, where they get their numbers from. But, yeah, I saw that and I was just like, that's crazy that it would cost that much. So when you get approached by these exchanges, like they talk about like the cost of it, or it's just like a random like, hey, well, we can list you guys on here, and if you want to go through application or something like that, is that usually the case? Or
Yeah, so generally it depends. So like it depends on what exchange we're talking about. So if you're talking about a level, a tier one type of exchange like a KuCoin, Coinbase, so forth, there's certain application requirements you got to meet. You got to have your legal opinion completed for that project, which we already have the legal opinion completed for the project. They also want to do a KYC verification process, and then they also, depending on the level of volume that you can generate for them, they will want some form of security deposit or retainer.
okay.
So if you're looking at, for instance, like Hubi, right? So if you want to get listed on Hubi Global, you got, generally these guys come out, they say, hey, we can list you, and you always get these messages within the inbox, and you inbox volume and the coin starts going up and the market cap start increasing. You get 100 messages, hey, I'm the representative for whatever exchange, but there's always a cost associated to that. Now there are exchanges that will list you for free depending on the level of volume that you generate. Do I have that magic number? I don't know, but I do know they're out there, and I do know as long as you can make them money, they're willing to list you for free. But also keep in mind, even if they list you for free, at some point, they may require you to do some market making behind that as well. Are you providing a level of, a certain amount of tokens for their market making? Are you providing a certain amount of USD?
Okay. Well, like I said, I always have in my mind like, hey, you want to get listed on tier one exchanges and everything. But yes, if you're too early, like obviously you're not going to see people even see your name and they're going to go, well, I don't even care about this. Like I know there's nobody invested in this or anything.
Making the money. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's up to the community to really drive the price.
So, so are you looking?
Did you get that, Matt?
I didn't get the last part. It just stopped at price. So I don't know if that's where you stopped. Yes, you may be having some difficulties here again.
I do think we have I think Fudmaster would like to ask a question. I see his hand is up. If you want to go ahead, Fudmaster, you can go ahead.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm an NFT collector and a crypto person, somebody that buys a lot of shit coins and meme coins. I just like the fun,
Hey,
and
Matt,
I
can you
feel.
hear me? Can you hear me talking? Hello, hello.
Yeah, we got a question from someone here. I guess he's gonna ask something. So we can hear you though.
Yeah,
Hello.
I was asking about I like the part of these meme coins. What I really enjoy is when the community like gets together and raids and how are we gonna build a community like to get bigger, and why is there, you see that little purple box, why we got like 13 people in here and there's only 3 retweets and 3 comments? Like, people should
Hello.
support um the community a little more, but I feel like, yeah, I could hear you, Lucky Leprecoin.
Yeah, I think he's having some audio and like speaker issues or something. Just total like
Yeah,
receiving any type of
it sounds like he's on the road, so it might
yeah,
be in and out. Yeah.
yeah. But I got what you're saying, where you're talking about like growing the community and how you see the, like you said, the purple box where you only have 10 people that are in here. You don't really have as many retweets or anything like that. Growing the community is what it's all about. Like, like that's what you think about the fun part of like meme coins and NFTs and all that stuff. And it's like growing that community, seeing the people that come in from different spaces, from different YouTube channels and Twitters or X accounts. That's really what it's all about. And how do we get there? And honestly, that is still a question. It's not really an answer.
Yeah, exactly what I was trying to say. And I feel like the community plays a big part in all these meme coins and the crypto space, period. You have to get the word out there in order to spread and like wildfire and get everybody in, and it's just
Mm.
part of everybody putting a tweet up, even like if we do like an hour a day of worth of raids and just like tag Lucky's Leprecoin and boost the following up and get the people to see them and see if people will participate and take a look at the project at least. And if they like it, they'll buy into it. I feel like it's a real low market cap right now, and it has potential. And it's kind of quiet at the moment in the Telegram, I'm noticing, but that's okay
Yeah.
because everything starts from zero. So I'm just happy to be here early, and that's a real important thing for me, at least. And I feel like if we all get together and just start raiding hard, it will get out there. I seen it before in different projects, so it will definitely work.
Yeah, I could say I definitely agree with that. You need the community to come together to do a lot when it comes to um, just putting it out there. Like I said, on YouTube, on X, on TikTok, wherever it needs to be in the conversation, and that's what I thought would have happened when we saw a 2,000% return. But I think a lot of people are kind of maybe I don't know, they tone deaf maybe to the 2,000% returns now because they're always like, well, this is 2,000% return. Let's just write it off without looking at the chart. But the chart actually looked pretty healthy the way that it was moving versus other charts that just rise up in 1 minute and then fall back down in the next minute. Like that was the difference maker. And I thought there was going to be a lot more tweets, a lot more, just conversations, videos created about it, stuff like that, within that like 2 day time frame, 3 day time frame that things were looking really, really up for this position. But like you said, it's great to be in early because these are like the first steps, right? Growing from something that's an $80,000 market cap and see it go up to a 1 million or even $2 million market cap is a huge step. Like it's absolutely ridiculous growth for me. I've never seen that happen that fast, and even something that started that low. So I'm excited, just like you are, to even be a part of something that can start from the ground, and be as secure as they can be, and try and work their way up to doing all these other things, like launching on different exchanges and developing different things. So I'm excited for what the future can bring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm just basically getting ready for this next bull run.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, and I'm trying to load up as many as I'm trying to load up my position. And like I said, just I play what I'm willing to lose. And if it goes to zero, it's okay. I'm not gonna be pissed. I've been in this crypto game for a while, since
Mm-hmm.
2016, and I know, I know what the losses could be, but I'm not. I haven't got discouraged, at least not yet, and I don't feel like that's coming. So, I just know this is like the perfect time to start loading up on certain things, and I feel like Lucky's Leprecoin is definitely a good one because it's lucky, it's a leprechaun. Why not? And like you said, we're searching for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and I feel like this is a good theme. If we could get some meme makers, some good people that know how to really tweet. I know how to raid. I mean, I could always click the button. That's nothing. And this is something that the community should focus on right now. We shouldn't focus too much on the price. We should just focus on raiding and getting the word out.
You're 100% right on that. I mean, even if you were to look at just some of our tokenomics, I mean, we have liquidity locked for 5 years. And if you look at our roadmap, we're still in phase one. We still need to grow the community. We need to grow our holders. That's our primary focus right now. Although we did see that $1.6 million jump, which don't get me wrong, was extremely exciting. The market cap right now at this phase is not as important to the dev team as it is to gain holders and increase volume. Those are the two things that we feel is going to be what's going to get us onto these top tier exchanges at hopefully a free price, and then increase more volume, increase more holders, etc. Kind of a shout out, to the community. If you guys can send out tweets, go ahead and post them in the TG. We will raid them.
So do you guys have any type of plan, I guess, now to like maybe get some teams on board to literally create memes, or have maybe like an affiliate type thing to where you create memes for Lucky's Leprechaun? Because I feel like it is something that's insanely memeable, and if you build all of these different memes out and have something that blows up on X or blows up on any other platform, it could be something that really does take it
Hello,
to the
hello,
next
hello.
level.
Can anybody hear me?
We actually talked about that earlier today. So look out for those type of announcements within the next 2 days, as far as like the meme thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear
But,
you. We hear you, bro.
but as far as the community, it's going to take everybody in the community, to work together. So you said you want to do the raids. You good at that? We can set up a time or day where we all do the raids. That'd be easy. But it's going to be up to the community to actually participate in it.
Very true.
Because we can set it up, but it's going to take the participation for everybody.
And if the community participates, I mean, that's their way of as they say, working for your bag. You
Right.
get more word out. I mean, that's free advertisement. That's word of mouth, and you can get that out. And hopefully, one person talks to two people. Those two people talk to four people, so on and so forth. Then I'm guessing out of every 10 people, you get two new holders, and that'll keep building us up. And that's the step that we're at now. We're also looking at other marketing ideas. Those are kind of being shot around here and there. And there's actually a bunch of ideas that we are looking to put together and put out to the community and have a community vote. So that way we can have more community involvement, especially with the idea of like different memes, maybe get the community to vote on the memes. We were talking about that as well, just because we do want this to be truly a community driven project.
Yeah, and to that, I mean, you could do something that's more of an incentive towards those people to create memes. I've seen different projects that have done that, right? Where they've had a certain amount, like a full bag of like Lucky that I guess maybe one or two Lucky would go out per like meme that you have that's created, depending on how many likes or whatever. And you could probably set up some sort of like affiliate type of program that could generate a lot of memes, a lot of push. Just an idea. All right. Well, he's still having issues, some technical issues here.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we covered a lot here, and there was a ton of questions answered, especially from my community who really just wanted to know like what it was and really like what's the end goal. And you can't really answer what the full end goal is, but when you talk about short term, when you talk about long term, you talk about meme coins. I mean, the end goal is obviously to see as many people succeed as possible. And
Right.
that's really what the meme coin space is about, right? So creating that security, all of those things that made me excited about it, I'm sure will make other people excited. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it there if anybody else wants to close with something.
That's for sure. We've been talking about, everybody wants to look at market caps and talk about this, that, and the other. But I think amongst the team, and we're beginning to push this out to the community, is we've realized that yes, having a high market cap would be phenomenal, but we're looking to build a legacy. Now, granted, part of that is that high market cap, but we want to be talked about in the crypto space is just like the other high market cap meme coins that were out there. Now, part of that's going to be growing the community, getting the raids done, those kinds of things as well. But in addition, we want to press that we want to have a lasting impression amongst the crypto spaces.
Very, very, very understandable. When I look at that, I always think about the only reason I think about the larger gains and where it has gone is because that creates like a lot of buzz. When people see that something grew by 100%, they're like, what is that? Where is that? How can I get it? And that was all the questions that I was getting. And that's why I loved seeing it. But it's not all about that. You're right. It's more about, the community and building that. And I think that's part of it, and it could be a big part of it, but it just all depends. All right, well, I have to get out of here because now I have to go and cook dinner. So, if anybody else wants to close with anything here, I think we can leave it there. But I still take this as a success, no matter how many technical difficulties we had. But yeah, I guess if you guys want to check out Lucky's Leprecoin, you can always look at them on Coin Market Cap and do a little bit more research. You don't want to just take somebody's word for it and just go ahead and just buy it without looking into it yourself. But yeah, that's where I'll end it. So I guess that's it, and I will catch everybody in the next AMA.
We'll do something soon. Hopefully, we won't have as many technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody have a good one.
All right, you do the same.
Yep. See ya. Honestly, didn't know how to leave that AMA. All right. So we have 30 people that are here. I appreciate everybody that is here. Honestly, I still feel like it was a success no matter how many technical difficulties you had. I didn't think that I was leading it that much. I thought that we were just having some questions, but I didn't know that I was literally leading it and wasn't even a host. But that's what happens when you have a project that's starting up. So I did prepare 100%, and I thought we would have a little bit more here from maybe some of the community. I did see some people that were like, hey, quit the cap on a retainer. I have seen that crypto or different exchanges need like retainers and need different fees and all that stuff from the start. You said you have 153 billion Lucky. You have 153 billion. Isn't there only 711 billion? There's no way you have 153 billion. At these levels, most likely not. I mean, there could be somebody with 153 billion. So it looks like nobody has over 44 billion. Somebody does have 34 billion as a main wallet that's there. And some others, do have about 4 billion. I have about 1%. You're going to see my wallet. It's the only one that's at 1%. And that's the way it'll stay for a very long time. You have MetaMask. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I would post a screenshot. Yeah, there's only 100 or 711. You might have the wrong lucky because there's only 711 billion lucky. Are you going to send it to like Twitter or something? But yeah, nobody has that much because I'm literally looking at the holdings and it doesn't say that. But anyways, I can believe you to an extent. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I still think this was a successful AMA. It had a lot of audio issues, I'll tell you that. But I'm glad that we actually got through it and I was able to lead it in a way. But I definitely felt a little bit uncomfortable not knowing that I was leading it. So my bad. I meant 153 million. Okay, 153 million. That's better. That's way better. I was gonna say if you had 150 or something, you would have, over 30 something thousand. I don't even know how many, but it's good. You have 500 million luckies. Did you buy it at a lower price? Anyways, we could talk about this a lot more. I would love to be able to create a video on it, but I have a video that just posted earlier today. I believe it was on CRO like 20 minutes ago. If you want to go and check it out, feel free to check it out. I'm going to get out of here. I got to go and cook some dinner. I bought the first time you mentioned it. Yes, at low prices. So then you ended up did you take profit out of it at that point? When it got to the higher point, did you take some profit and leave some in there? I took a little. Okay. So did you take your initial investment though? Like, yes. That's what I like to hear, guys. I know there's some people that don't like, okay, great. There's some people that don't like to take, their initial investment. They always like to let it ride, but that's fantastic that you were able to do that because it's not necessarily collapsing the overall project, but you're giving yourself room to maybe either invest lower or just take that profit or take that initial investment and now be invested in that project for free. That's what a lot of people don't see is they always think about the end goal of like what you can make $1 million from it. But let's say you take $10,000 out and you take your initial investment plus profit. Now everything that's in there, you don't have to worry about it dropping to zero because you have $10,000 outside of it. You gained an extra $5,000 or you took your initial investment and everything else in there is gravy. So a lot of people look at it differently. And I think it's definitely an interesting take on things. But like I said, I got to get out of here and go eat some dinner and stuff. And I'm glad you guys can join me for the AMA and for just conversations. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.